That was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Be like
forward.
a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have
Corrupt
sex and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
My name is Sandy Letikeni. I was born in Victoria West, in the Karoo, which actually is the Karoo. But I'm living in Cape Town now.
My name is Manduleli Bikicha, born in the Eastern Cape, in the land of Kwadaleka. Zizi is my clan. I now work in the Eastern Cape, Cape Town, but I very often go home where my roots are.
Okay, my name is Usimcelile Wakakalmashe. I'm born and bred in Cape Town, in Khayelitsha, but I'm originally from Willowvale, Kukatyane.
My name is Vugile Sonanzi. I am the editor of City Vision. I'm from the Limakwe clan.
Let me say to you that racism is alive and kicking, in fact, stronger than before. Because we cannot see it. It is very subtle. It affects you alone, kicks you, kills you psychologically. You cannot move. You know, in the times before, in the times of revolution, it was clear and very exposed and physical. You know, Boers were shooting people, and the opposition was clear and fighting internally and externally. Now, how difficult is it to fight something you don't see? It is what you see today. I'm talking about, real experience here of how it exists. I know for a fact that not every white person who really, embraces racism, that is a fact. But
at the same time, Doc, the problem that I have with the white people is the fact that not even a single white person would come up and say, I did vote for the apartheid government during the apartheid years. Not even one. Like all of them, no, apartheid is bad. But not even one. Like, how did Verwoerd come into power? How did de Klerk come into power?
What makes you sad about that?
No. I hate that.
No, what makes you sad about it?
It is because it is not genuine.
Like, no one wants to be attached to the stigma of apartheid.
No. Agree with you, Mbembe. That is why I hate the concept of reconciliation. I hate that. Because I've seen that reconciliation is genuine when it is said by you to a white person. No white person wants to own reconciliation. So it exactly proves what you say. Because if they would say genuinely that we benefited on this, but now want to move on, and in our moving on, first of all, want to recognize who you are. And that has never happened. And it will never happen because of us trying to appease the West when it tells about diversity.
Hang on, guys. You know, these people. You speak as if the racists and white racists in this country are the majority of the country. They're not.
But I said,
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Yes, we know.
In fact, the smallest minority in Africa. Honestly. So I'm just saying that your energies should not be 80% concentrating on white South Africans.
But at the same time, but you find Uguti, like back in the days, 90% of the white people they were forced like that thing still like happening in other countries. Like they were forced like to go and join the army. 16-year-old, 15-year-old boys were forced to go and join the army. That was the rule of the country back then. And like how many 15-year-old boys that were in the army that are now like they're no longer in the army. Like you find some of them that in television, they were, or some of them they are doctors today, or they whatever. But they all took like a year gap to go and work for the state back in the days. So do you want to tell me like how can you say like not all the white people like were doing that? But 90%
and knowing me and seeing me, you don't think I'm busy working on a way of how we eliminate that notion.
Which one? The one that whites are.
The notion that people see white people more often than black people.
But they said like they
And
all
we are
contributed.
working on
They
that.
all contributed. Even if like
We are
they were
work-
forced to do it, but they all contributed in
working
on
apartheid.
that. Yeah.
Even some black people
I
they did contribute, like
promise you, I
working
prom-
with the white
I
government back
promise
then.
you, I'll give you examples. For instance, the majority of white people at UWC in 1987 are not there anymore.
I was 2 years old then. I cannot talk about
I'm
1987.
I'm telling you, the majority of them running UCT are not there anymore. In fact, UCT for a long time has been run by the most black conscious person I know in this country.
If you talk about individuals,
But
yeah,
I'm
I mean, they
saying
don't
that
have effect.
I'm saying that there's a change of that. So you cannot say in '87 there were 100 white people running UWC, and in 1990 there were still 100. There were about 5.
Look, Tama, what I think would be of benefit
I'm being serious.
for the majority of 70% of black people in this in South Africa, it is when we acknowledge that white people still control, the biggest chunk of the economy, and because of that, they've got power and energy, and because of what they drive me and you. Don't tell me about individuals who actually can survive like me and you, maybe because of academia and all that. The majority of people on the ground.
I'm saying,
What do you say to they who say, in these 20 years, you have messed up big time? So you can't
You mean
blame
the government?
Yes,
government?
all of us.
All of us, I like that. No.
We have messed up big time, so we cannot be trusted. I mean, the minority that Saida says, they keep this wealth. Can they get assurances that we can distribute their wealth well if they give it to us?
No, we didn't need that. We didn't need to, for anybody to simply distribute wealth. We needed a genuine development of an African child who has been ostracized and deprived of through wealth, mental wealth, physical wealth. So if there was a program strategically that says, for example, African children have to be educated in these particular fields, so that 20 years, 30 years down the line, they will control agriculture, for argument's sake, then that will be genuine. I'm not talking about the handouts there, you just give the land, for tenders, or give land for anybody. No. Genuine strategical arrangements that really speak into developing an African child, so that in 50 years from now, there's a genuine, that has never happened. In fact, what one would have expected in the political control of our government, it is exactly that, to address those things.
Okay, I want to say I'm not a scientist on this topic, né? But Mina, I really believe in progression.
No?
I'll tell you why. For instance, there's a term in South Africa that we all use. Its origins, our Zaz now, where it comes from. There's a term called hatada.
I see.
What language is that?
It comes from the mixture of the very African people, which
No,
is not a
hate-
problem in that. That's not a problem.
Hatada is like when I meet you and you greet just hatada.
Township lingo.
It's not township lingo. It's like everyone Cape Town understands hatada.
No, come on.
Go to Mrs. Plain, you will hear hatada. Go to Camps Bay, they will say hatada.
Mpembe.
You know.
It is a township lingo. Mpembe.
But let me just chip in on the language issue, because if you talk about progression, I look at Zulu. Zulu people are very proud of their language, unlike Xhosa people.
I like that.
What I've noticed with
I like what
Zulu,
you're saying.
what I've noticed with Zulu is that it evolves. It's every day they've got a new weight that we don't. We have big weights that don't apply to modernity. So I think we cannot lose our language, but if we start making new names like the Zulus are doing, because Zulus they've got new names.
I don't have a problem of a natural evolution. I have a problem of a forced of evolution and mutation. as it is happening now. What is happening now in losing your culture and religion? It is due to the pressures of the West. It is not a natural evolution. I don't have a problem with the natural evolution, which would, in a way, affect my religion and culture. Then I don't have a problem with that.
You can't say Hatada is forced.
No, agree. No, fine. But I'll talk about this language thing. No.
First, it was Xhosas who were occupying all the hot seats, like all the top seats, like in Parliament. And then when the Zulus came, now like it was a given fact that okay, now we're gonna give it to the Zulus. And then like come next year, maybe after the time of Jacob Zuma, we're gonna give it like even the Zulus they couldn't like think okay, who is going to lead? Because like, they wanted Msholozi only like for the first term, not for the second term. But when they look at themselves, who within the ANC, who is the best candidate, who is Zulu, that can occupy that hot seat like besides Msholozi. And then I think after Msholozi is going to be a Sutu guy. And then after Sutu guy is going to be a Venda guy.
I don't think it's Xhosa or Zulus. It's the ANC thing. It's their camps. Yeah. I mean, if they had a powerful Xhosa, they would have elected him. But Zulus are dominant. I mean, I think it's the majority of the tribes in South Africa. It is.
You know,
yes, and they've got bigger branches, so we cannot say they are Zulunizing the ANC. It's their problems.
No. What I would say as well is that I can't argue into that effect, because I don't have empirical evidence. But I would say, what I'm expecting as an ordinary person, it is the sustainability of the principle and delivery. So in other words, I'm saying here, I don't care who is there, as long as he's going to deliver what I expect as an ordinary person. If then there's no delivery, then I have a problem. And I can say today that the delivery that is there is not what we expect. Then it means then that the challenge is between me and you to really challenge the very people who are in control and say A, B, and C is not going according to what we expect. If, for argument's sake, the suggestion is that people tend to be very racial and ethnic when they select these people without any expertise in terms of those people they put there, then perhaps we will need to challenge that as well. Because what we need, you see, my observation, which is very simplistic, is that the reason that we see less of what I expect as in terms of delivery, it is really the problem of expertise in those people who are put there.
The Xhosas is not the concept that the other Nguni tribes have. Ne? Swazis are Swazis. Zulus are Zulus. Debeles are Debeles. But the Xhosas...
Now you're talking about the whole migratory, changes and naturalization of people, which happens over years.
And majority of the Xhosa language is San. We are the only Ngunis who've got all the in the Ngunis. It's good. No, but I'm not saying to denote them.
Yeah.
I'm actually saying to show their dynamism. Because I'm very happy I'm closer.
Which is fine. I am saying here today, there are principles, African value systems that do not change. They have nothing to do with whether you speak English or Spanish.
Guys, sorry, is that not too much a response to apartheid? You are giving apartheid too much of a response and it doesn't deserve it.
Why?
Because I'll tell you why. All the opposition parties in South Africa, or all the major opposition parties, the ANC and the PAC, were overseas.
Fine.
Most of them don't even understand how Ntonjana is being done anymore.
No, that is wrong.
No, I'm being serious. I'm being serious. I'm saying what we should do is develop into notions of a new society, learn new progressive essences in life that will teach us to go forward with our lives.
No.
My dream is the removal of the notion of a nation state. The nation state doesn't work economically, sociologically, and otherwise.
My dream is, revival of an African child. It is revival of an African parent. It is revival of an African society.
My dream is to see like the youth of today not losing the plot and also not get carried away by all the westernization and also not being trapped in the stereotype of apartheid and thinking that apartheid is the thing of the past. Like we need to move on, but at the same time we need not to forget about it.
My dream is simple, maybe difficult, but I would like to see us as South Africans and Africans achieve Mandela's dream of a better life.